St. Agatha fulfilled her vocational state of the single life fully and sacrificially throughout her life. St. Agatha refused to marry Senator Quinion due to the fact that she dedicated her life to the Lord. As a result, her breasts were cut off, and she suffered extreme torture in order to continue her vocation of the single life. I personally believe that St. Agatha truly fulfilled the single life due to the extreme sacrifices she went through in order to fulfill her vow of purity. By undergoing brutal torture and pain, St. Agatha exemplified to the world her unwavering dedication to her vocational state. St. Thomas More fulfilled his vocation to the married life by laying down his own life in honor of God. When King Henry VIII broke with the Church in order to allow divorce, St. Thomas More sided against the king's decision and advocated that his decision was against God's law. Ultimately, St. Thomas More was murdered due to his disagreement with the king. I believe that he fulfilled his vocation to the married life due to the fact that he laid down his own life in order to try and preserve the bondage of marriage within the Catholic Church. He exemplified to the world his commitment towards God and the Church by giving up his own life for the Lord. St. Vincent de Paul fulfilled his vocation to the ordained life by dedicating his entire life for the service of others. He exemplified his own gift of self when he came upon a man who was dying and suffering from lack of faith in God. From that point forward, St. Vincent de Paul decided to dedicate his entire life to the poor and needy of his community. I believe that he truly fulfilled his vocation of the ordained life due to his complete gift of self. He worked tirelessly the rest of his life for the common good of all God's people, which I believe exemplifies the reality of the ordained life. His vocation to the consecrated life by giving up all of his material possessions and living a life of chastity, poverty, and obedience, dedicated to God. As a younger man, he longed for glory, but God told him that he was going down the wrong path. The saint one day came upon a man who was suffering from leprosy, where he then stopped, got off of his horse, and kissed the hand of the sick man despite his repulsive appearance. I believe that St. Francis of Assisi fulfilled his vocation of the consecrated life due to his abandonment of the wealthy life that he once lived in order to live a humble and simple life dedicated to God. St. Francis of Assisi sought for the good of all of God's people and dedicated himself to the service of God in order to benefit all of society. Between all four vocations, I feel attracted most to the married life. The vocation of marriage entails that a couple's relationship is more than just a legal partnership and union between two people. The married life involves a call from God to build a sacramental partnership of love and life between a couple. With the vocation of marriage, we as human beings are able to witness the love that God has for us through the love between a married man and woman. Married life calls for a life of holiness that must be portrayed through the relationship of the couple. The union of love that the couple gains through the vocation of marriage is the love that I wish to pursue and gain as my own vocation. I wish to live out my call to holiness through the vocation of marriage.